Hi, everybody. My name's Jason.
I'm Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Eli.
We are the Yahoo and the Torah channel, and we thank you guys very, very much for joining us. We love you guys very, very much. Our family is your family. We are the family who believes that the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator are the greatest things that have ever been. His Son, Messiah Yahushua, is our priest. He's our Savior. He's our reason for everything. And we hope that you guys are enjoying these readings of Messiah Yahushua. We're in chapter 18 today, and let's get to it. All right, gents, you ready?
Yep.
All right. The next day, Yahushua returned to Jerusalem with 3 of the apostles, and while within the precincts of the great temple, some scribes and counselors of the temple came up to him and said, "By whose authority and by what right do you behave as you do?" Yahushua said, "Before answering your question, let me ask you one. When Yochanan baptized in water, was this divinely inspired, or did it originate in the minds of men?" This was not a question they could answer, for if they replied it was divinely inspired, Yahushua could justly say, "Why then did you not listen to him?" If they replied it originated with men, it would arouse the hostility of the people who believed Yochanan to be divinely inspired. Okay, so we've heard this before, right?
Right, we've heard this exact, it's like the exact thing. It's like not really anything different here.
Yeah, this is exactly the same. So, if this guy's name was Khalid or whatever this fellow's name who was scribing this, this is exactly what the rest of that stuff said. Okay, let's continue on. 5. A priest said to Yahushua, "Tell us who you really are." And he answered, "I am the son of Elohim and the servant of man, who, of himself, can do nothing, but being filled with the power of him who overshadows me, one to whom all things are possible." Here's a Trinity buster, everyone. I mean, this is it, right? If Messiah Yahushua and Yahuwah, or Jesus and God, were the exact same people, our Messiah would be a liar here, right? He says he can do nothing of himself, but being filled with the power of him who overshadows me, one to whom all things are possible. The priest said, "The son of Elohim is not known to us, and the servant is not unknown to us." Okay, so I think I said that wrong. The son of Elohim is not unknown to us, and the servant of man will not come as you have done, though we cannot understand this name. Some of the people say you are the Mashiach, who will deliver us and reign over us, but he will come with manifest power. Okay, what did they just ask?
They asked who he was. They didn't know who he was, so they're like, well, you might be this person. You could be the Messiah. We don't know who you are.
Yeah, and that's really hardcore words when you're standing in front of the Son of our Creator.
So you tell them that, hey, there might be a Messiah, and it's the Messiah. You'll be like, oh.
Yeah, and they're like, the Son of Elohim is not known to us. You're like, oh, he's standing right in front of you.
How many times has he said, "I'm the son of Elohim"? They've all like rebuked him, like, "Oh, you blaspheme!" But like it's like on Judgment Day when he's standing before him, he's like, "Hey, do you guys remember me?" They're like, "Oh."
Yep. All right. Yahushua said, "This is a night of ignorance, and I come declaring the way of light. Whoever believes in me does not serve me, but serves with me. He is my brother in the cause of Elohim. He who sees me sees the reflection of he who inspires me. I am the light of the world. If anyone hears my words, but chooses to ignore them, I am not his judge. For I am not come to judge men, but to guide them. The light will not be with you for long, so hasten to it, lest you be left in darkness." All right, let's talk about this.
So back up top a little bit. He
Yeah.
talks about how we are. He's like puts on an equal field. Like we're brothers. We serve Elohim together. It's like we don't serve him, then he serves Elohim. It's like we all serve Elohim.
Yeah, and that is the thing about those who keep the laws, statutes, and commandments of our Creator. You will become the sons of Elohim, which makes Messiah our brother. He will be our ruler. He will be our priest. He will be the sacrifice, everything. But we are all family, right? We are all brothers and sisters in that, right? And that is part of the Torah, loving our neighbor as ourselves, taking care of those who are unable to be taken care of, loving that. That's what family is about, right? And so this is what it's talking about right here. So 9, the priests said among themselves, "Perhaps he is harmless." Going into the courtyard where many people were gathered, Yahushua stood in a corner and spoke to any who would listen. And it was here he told this parable. A man planted a vineyard, equipping it with all things necessary for winemaking. Then he leased it and left to live elsewhere. I'm sorry, guys. I just got stabbed in the side of my doggy. Sorry, 1 second. Then he leased it and left to live elsewhere. After the vintage season, The owner sent a servant to the tenant to collect the rent. But they laid hands on him, and after beating him up, sent him on his way empty-handed. The owner sent another, who was treated even worse, while the third man was killed. When no one else would go, the owner decided to send his eldest son, reasoning that the tenants would respect his authority. However, when the eldest son came, the tenants decided that if he were dead, no one else would dare to come. So they killed him and threw the body into a pit. Now, do you think the tenant's reasoning was sound? Of course, the owner came with those who meted out justice, and having put the tenants to death, gave the lease of the vineyard to others. Okay, this is nothing new, right? This is all...
Yep, we've heard the parable before. It talks about...
This is the parable of the vineyard.
And for those who don't understand the parable, it is talking about prophets, how they were told of time, and they come, and they get rebuked, they get laughed at, and then soon after they start getting killed, then Yahuwah is like, I'll send my son to the people.
Yeah.
And they kill him.
Yeah, they kill him. And, it's... this is, the stories he's talking about. I guess one of the ironic things is the whole reason we're actually reading this is because of Adam from the Parable of the Vineyard YouTube channel. And so they are also doing a discussion on this as well. And definitely check him out. But this is the story of Messiah, right? This is the story of the prophets. This is the story of Yah. Yah sent all the prophets. He sent everybody. And everybody ended up getting killed, right? They just killed all the prophets. They killed Zechariah at the altar, right? They kill everybody. And they send our Creator sent his son, and they're about to kill him as well. 13. Yahushua also told other parables. And when the self-righteous and false Parashim realized that most were directed against them, they considered ways to silence him. But as he was popular with the people, they decided it would be better to leave him alone.
No, they just barely figured this. The parables are about them, man.
That's the thing about Messiah's parables.
They should be pretty obvious. It's just like, if you're standing there like, you guys have been duking it out. Of course, we'll be talking about you.
Yeah, absolutely. 14. Yahushua taught that the greatest enemies of man and the greatest opposition to the coming rule of Elohim were not the obvious evildoers and criminals, but the hypocrites, self-deceivers, and self-centered, those who are the true enemies of men, the festering evil in their midst, yet they cannot see themselves for what they are and have many ways of justifying themselves. So, this is the whole thing about the Torah. When we use the Torah to use it as a mirror to look at ourselves, we always fall short. Back when I was a Christian, having that fake, I don't even know what the word is, the security, that we were always saved, that we were waiting on a rapture, that all we had to do was say, I am sorry, Jesus, for my sins, or asking our forgiveness by Jesus' name. It's not like that, right? And this is what the Torah is all about, and this is what it is. We have 120 years to make this right with our lives. We have to come to the understanding that all of us are dirty, that all of us are filthy, that our hearts are wicked, that mankind is just like this. But we have to strive, and we have to work through our faults. We have to work through the problems. And if we are not measuring our life according to the Torah and to the words and the ways of Messiah Yahushua, then we're going to fall short. And we don't want to fall short. We want everybody who is possible to seek this kingdom, to find this kingdom, to be there with it. And so that's what the Torah is all about. For Yahushua said, let's see, where did I say? Justifying themselves. 15. For Yahushua said of those, they sit before well-filled tables, condemning the crimes of those who are hungry. They sleep on soft beds and wallow in worldly luxuries. But their hearts are closed, and their faces hardened towards those who steal and even murder. Yet I tell you, their own thoughts conceive and engender much greater wrongs. Neither are those who associate with them free of guilt. Thoughts, Jade? Anyone?
So these people are the evil people. They are the self-deceivers, or the hypocrites, and they have been evil people. And it's like, if you're associated with them, you're going to be guilty as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't know what it's like hanging out at the slaughterhouse, where you're going to start smelling like meat. 16. Going to an open space beyond the great temple, Yahushua addressed those who believed in his cause, saying, abiding by things I have taught you will bring knowledge of truth, and truth will set you free. We've heard that before. The world quotes this, right? They quote from the Bible. Jade, will you open the door for Jerry? They quote from the Bible. In fact, that's what the world says, right? The truth will make you free. But yet, we live in a world, and for those who live in the hoaxed out North America, Guys, everything that you see on the news is not to be believed, right? I'm telling you the truth. The truth will set you free. If you're watching the television programming and you're watching the news, they call it programming and casting for a reason, right? They are programming you to believe certain things. And look out your door. Look at the reality of everything around you, and you will find that truth. But if you're from North America, guys, please stop believing all the garbage that's being presented. It's not real. 17. Some replied, "We are of the stock of Abraham and have never been enslaved to any man. How can you state we will be made free?"
No, they were in captivity at this point.
Yeah, they were. And how many times have they been in captivity, right? They're only coming out of captivity right now. I mean, prior to this, I mean, they lived. I mean, how many times did they go into captivity, Jubs?
A lot. I think it was 4.
At least, yeah. I mean, all houses went into captivity. All right, 18. Yahushua said, "Anyone following an evil course is a slave. There are men who are enslaved to their desires and others enslaved to unnatural cravings. There are those enslaved to their weaknesses and others to their fears and doubts. That is why I say, I come to set you free." 19. "I know you are from the stock of Abraham, but you do him no credit in seeking to kill those whose teachings disturb you." They kill those whose teachings disturb you. We're not going to make it, guys. The dogs are just about to break. Hold on. All right, so I want to start over again on this paragraph because I think it's important in this verse 19. "I know you are from the stock of Abraham, but you do him no credit in seeking to kill those whose teachings disturb you. Why must you listen only to those who tell you pleasing things, when there is greater benefit to be gained from those who tell things which disturb or displease? I have no time to go around praising the good. There is too much badness to be exposed." The people said, "We know our fathers are of their blood, and we know our Father who reigns in heaven." Yahushua said, "If Yahuwah were your father, you would all love me as a brother. Can you understand the things I say, or are they beyond your grasp?" Now we're going to leave it at that.
These guys up here, he's like, basically, you guys don't do anything good for him. You're not like helping, like you're not bringing his name up, right? It's like you're doing worse if you say you're of Abraham, right? And people are oh, that's terrible, you know. Abraham was a righteous person, and you go and look at these people, and they're like wicked people, and he's like, I can't go and praise you for all the good you do because you do so much bad.
Yeah, and that's the thing on our channels is I say things that nobody else will say out there, right? We say things like, Christians, you're going to end up in hell. You're eating pork. That's a very unpopular thing to say. And every Christian, well, they'll unsubscribe. They'll do all this. They don't want to listen to reason. And it's disturbing. But yet we've had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of all this soft stuff of a Messiah that is weak, a Messiah that lets you do whatever you want to do, a Messiah that came to destroy the laws of his father, right? And all that is a pile of bunk. That's all it is. It's a pile of garbage, and it is lies. It is deception. And the only way forward, which is what the Torah means, it's the way forward, is the Torah, right? When we find the Torah, then we're going to find the Messiah. But if you find the Messiah without the Torah, then you're missed. You're lost because you won't know what to believe. This is why these scriptures from the front of the book to the back and all these extracurricular are important. And we wouldn't be sitting here saying this unless we were begging for your guys' souls. That's what we're doing is we're trying to fish for that one straggler, that one person out there who will just listen to us as we're sitting here begging you guys to save yourselves. And you're not going to save yourselves as you're living in whatever Torah-less life that you're living. It's just not going to happen. So guys, seek the Creator today. Seek our Messiah today. The kingdom could be here tomorrow. It could be here 20 years from now. It could be here 100 years from now. It could be here 500 years from now. We know that we're around 6,000 years. We know that we have our Messiah that is on his way. We see the world spiraling down faster and faster every single day. And it's inevitable. At some point, we're going to hit a crescendo, and you need to be on the right side of the history. And the history is our Creator. And he gave us the history. He gave us the books. He gave us all of this, guys. So much love to all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day.
All right. Shalom.